Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Weekly Bump. Thank you guys so much for being here. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. We're very happy to have you here. So we have 3 piles this week. As always, pile 1, we're using a Kambaba Jasper. Pile 2, we're using a Zebra Jasper. And pile 3, a Mookaite Jasper. So if you are the type of person that normally feels called or drawn or intuitively pulled toward a pile, then now would be the time to pause the video and allow yourself to feel connected. If you're not one of those people that feels intuitively drawn, that's perfectly fine. I always just say if you randomly pick a pile, you'll likely receive a message that you're meant to hear, as there's always an element of destiny involved. Timestamps for each pile are going to be in the description box in the comment thread down below for easy access. All right, thanks so much. See you in a sec. All right, pile number 1. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We start off with a card that says confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. It's an interesting card to get considering the fact that we are in a Mercury retrograde. We have this Venus retrograde going on as well. Plus we have Mars still in the very last degrees of Sagittarius, which gives a very punchy quality to a lot of things. I don't feel like you have a lot of filters right now. I don't feel like you have a lot of resistance to having the types of conversations that are needing to happen, whether that's with yourself. That could just be an internal dialogue, right? You needing to confront yourself, but it could also be you with another person. I think we've been having a lot of things mirrored back to us with this Venus retrograde. And it's been very difficult to escape truth. And so sometimes I feel like there come these sort of critical mass moments, or these points of no return, if you will, where once you cross this energetic boundary, you can never really go back to how it was, and you can't just pretend like it didn't exist, right? You actually have to say something and do something. You have to clean it up. You have to say what's on your mind. And I think this is a really, really good week to actually do that. So let's see what comes through. We have the Death card, the Magician card, with the 5 of Coins. Interesting. We have the 2 of Coins, the 8 of Coins, and the Queen of Swords. Now with the Queen of Swords, I'm getting an energy of victory, okay? That there's going to be a victorious ending in here somewhere for you. But see, with the Death card right next to the Magician, it indicates to me that there is something being created that it's built upon past lessons, but it is entirely new, all right? It's driven by the experience of the lower vibration, whatever the 5 of Coins represents for you. It's driven by not having enough money. It's driven by toxic relationships. It's driven by certain issues or whatever from your past, okay? But from those things, it is inspiring you to never go back. It is inspiring you to never do a replay. And this Magician, I feel, right next to Death, is a very determined magician, all right? That's the energy I'm getting. He's very determined. He's insistent that things start going better, or insistent that things start moving in a positive direction. He's insistent that healing occurs. And I don't think that he's going to settle for anything less. And it's not about being hard on yourself. I don't see you being hard on yourself. I don't even really see you being hard on other people. I only see honesty, right? And with honesty, there is no resistance. And when there is no resistance, you can make a lot of progress very quickly. And I think this Magician has gotten fed up with the energy of pulling backwards, has gotten fed up with the energy of being treated like someone's option, or fed up with the energy of not having enough money to do the things that you want, or being fed up with the energy of being in a negative mindset, whatever it is. Fed up, right? You've crossed that point. You can never go back. And the thing is that as we look forward to Mars moving into Capricorn on the 24th, there is this quality of actually applying and using the things that you know to be true to help improve your situations. Now, Eight of Coins is a suggestion that there are things that need to be done in the physical world, like the conversations, like the confrontation, and there are inspired actions that you are determined to make. Two of Coins is about the decision to do it. Eight of Coins is about actually doing it. And I see that you not only make the decision, but you actually do it. And with the Queen of Swords giving me this very victorious energy, it's going to work out well. And I feel strongly that it will work out well and will continue to work out well, because the Magician wouldn't settle for anything less. But it starts with this confrontation, right? It starts with that clearing of the pathway is what I'm actually really feeling what the confrontation is. You're clearing the pathway. And from that point forward, you then have to kind of put your money where your mouth is, which is something that you are willing to do. Fourth house, roots. So there might be something going on from your past or something surfacing. There might be a relationship with one of your parents, a relationship with a sibling, a relationship with where you came from. We can leave that very open and generic, and that will mean many different things to each of you. Where you came from has a lot to do with scripting and programming and the things that you were taught, not only by your family, but by society and culture and all the institutions that you relied upon for your well-being. Now you are in this position of breaking and shattering a lot of the illusions. Now we've been in this whole like illusion shattering place for a few years now. But I feel like there's this kind of feeling of finality, like you're finally willing to officially obliterate this way of thinking. You're willing to officially demand something higher, like of a higher order for yourself. And in order to get the thing that is of a higher order for yourself, to get that way of life, to get that state of mind, you have to rid yourself of any remaining tethers. And for some of you, that may be a very difficult, right? Death does not always have to be easy. Sometimes you have to say, you know what? I really don't want you in my life anymore, right? Sometimes you have to say, I'm really tired of this pattern and behavior, and maybe I need to hire someone to help hold me accountable, right? Maybe I need a coach. Maybe I need someone to be monitoring or something like that, just to help me. And I'm wondering if some of you are needing help with the Five of Coins. You know, you might be needing help. You might be needing kind of a voice or an external voice to help guide you. Not all of you, but some of you. Someone who's not going to let you fall backwards. You know? Don't let pride get in your way, especially if it does have to do with asking for help. And then we have communication is key. So we have the communication energy with the confrontation. We have the communication energy of asking for help. Don't let pride get in your way. You don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. This is for greater peace of mind. This is for an elevated state of joy. Plain and simple. Yeah, hold on. Okay, well, new beginnings. Well, with the Death card, there's always that rebirth on the other end of it. We have the Magician, which is the initiation energy for the new thing. We have a Cardinal Libra card here. So there is this breathing new life, taking a new fresh breath of air and reinvigorating your zest and your vigor for life, your excitement and joy for life. If you want it. You know, sometimes I say these things and I feel like the energy of people who are like taking what I say and throwing it out the window, right? I can feel those people. And those are people who don't want it. They don't want the joy, right? Because they are going to allow their resistance to be more powerful than their true desire, their high-minded, high spiritual desires. The new beginning is here for you if you want it. The new beginning is here to breathe life into if you want it. Resistance is your pride. Resistance is your stubbornness. Some people will lose that battle with their pride. They will lose. Hopefully not you guys, right? Financial and material changes. It is okay to expect prosperity. When you confront that which needs to be confronted, when you clear the path, when you take this inspired action, you can expect your life to change. That is the nature of this process. Your financial situation will improve. Your immediate environment will improve. Your energy will improve. Your physical health will improve. It will all improve. If you allow the resistance to win, it may either stay the same or deplete. This is neutral. This is just change. Change can go so many different ways. But if you want to have some control over the direction of the change, you're going to need to do this confrontation thing. Okay? Communion. See, I know that you've been in contact with your higher being at this point, right? You've been in contact with source, with spirit. And sometimes I feel like when we have those material desires, we struggle. And because Uranus is in Taurus right now, I think a lot of people that have a difficult relationship with the material world and the financial world. Now, I'm speaking very generically here. This will not apply to everybody. But some people have a very challenged relationship with the material world. And I feel that those people who struggle are having this merging feeling where there's all of a sudden this bridging of the gap between spiritual and physical, and all of a sudden it becomes okay to want a lot of money, or it becomes okay to ask for things, or it becomes okay to, want beautiful clothes or nice handbags, right? Whereas before there may have been a moral high ground situation of like, oh, I don't want that, that's too materialistic, blah. Again, not saying that's all of you, maybe like half of you, but this is like having a heart-to-heart with your spiritual self, and your spirit is kind of giving you permission here to say like, no, you're in the material world and you can enjoy the things that this material world has to offer, and that includes all things. All things. And I feel a sense of relief, and we have this wake-up call. You're changing. You as a person are changing dramatically, quickly. See, that was the essence of 2021, Saturn in a square with Uranus. Like, we knew that change was happening and we could talk about it all astrologically, but this really is the year where the real heart of change truly occurs, because this is the year of the adjustment after the energetic changes that happened last year. So the material world is going to be catching up based on all of the revelations that you had through 2021. So you're going to realize how powerful you truly are, how powerful your desires actually have been, because you're going to watch them begin to materialize right before your eyes. Karmic lessons. You may have had a lot of karmic lessons lately, but karma, not necessarily past life stuff, but just in terms of state of being, right? If you are in a state of being that says, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it, I'm not good enough, da, 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 and you start drawing in a bunch of things that in fact validate that that is true, that means your karma is very much within your control, which means you get to confront the part of yourself or the external environment, whatever way it is. You get to confront that part of you that is keeping that vibration lower than you would prefer, and you get to remove that from your way of being, and you get to clean up your karma. Now is a lucky time. This is why I keep saying, ask for all the things you want. Jupiter in Pisces. Ask for the money, ask for the love, ask for the good health, ask for the children, ask for the beautiful home, ask for the wonderful handbag or that beautiful spa weekend in the Maldives or whatever it is you're wanting, right? Like, don't be afraid to ask. Now is lucky. You will notice shifts. You will notice financial and material changes molding to your requests, as long as you're not pushing it away. And this 5 of coins, this roots, right? 4th house roots card. There may be a part of you that wants to push it away, or that wants to rationalize it away, or that wants to say, hey, I don't deserve it, or hey, whatever, but that's the part of you that's trying to die because you just only want the good. This says atoms, building, the building blocks, the building structures of life. You are building. I've said for months that this has been a foundational time. And you can do all you want in the physical world. But the most important part of this foundation is your state of mind. It's your emotional state, and it's your belief. And those things are kind of like the concrete and steel part of the foundation, right? It's the majority of the foundation. So don't discount those. Okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, pile number 2, you guys selected the zebra Jasper. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We have potential. Beautiful. And I love the child energy in this particular card because it tells me that there is a purity from which you are operating. And that's been, I think, a necessity over the past few months to kind of have that childlike mind, because it is so playful and it is so full of wonderment and so full of imagination. And that's really where all the magic happens. And I feel like a need for taking it sort of on a day-to-day basis, right? This says think big for your future. And this, again, I feel like it's a little bit on the nose, but I mean, Jupiter through Pisces, this is what it is all about. Think big, think big, think big, think big. Ask for it all. Ask for everything, because it's so, and I'm not saying it's going to show up this year, but the magic that is done during Pisces is preparatory for the new Jupiter cycle as it enters into Aries. Now, it's going to come into Aries this year, but it will retrograde back into Pisces and then come back into Aries. So, like, really next year, 2023, Jupiter is kind of beginning its whole new Zodiac cycle. So this is kind of the end, but as we approach the end of the Zodiac, Jupiter through Pisces, it is kind of a death rebirth process. So we're in that transition phase. So we have to understand that there's more on the other end of this as the years follow. Okay? All right, so we have the Hierophant, we have the 10 of Cups, and we have, oh my gosh, the Star. Wow. Well, think big for your future. We have this quality of destiny with the Star as well. We have the Tower, beautiful, Ace of Wands, and the King of Coins. Now, I'm kind of getting this vibe of like obnoxiously happy. obnoxiously optimistic. Like, it's like one of those people who literally refuses to see anything bad in anything, right? And you just kind of sometimes want to smack, well, this is me being a Virgo, of course. You just kind of want to smack them down a little bit. Plus my moon conjunct Saturn. What can I say? Not all of you do that, but sometimes there are just those people you're like, oh my God, you are so annoyingly happy all the time. Like, can you just be real for a second? But I see you being one of those people. And I feel like it's a conscious choice. It's a creation of your own. We have the 10 of Cups, we have the Star. It's almost like you are in this really heightened state of anticipation in your life. Like you highly anticipate the dreams, you highly anticipate the realization of those dreams, and you're just like enjoying the ride 100%. Now, the Tower is an inevitability of what's going to happen, right? Because as you are in this euphoric state, now, maybe some of you are like, wait a second, that doesn't really feel like me. I'm telling you, this is an option for you. To be in a state of euphoria is an option for you. It's about choosing thoughts. It's about choosing emotion. It's not about repression and denial. I'm not talking about like, don't do your healing work. You can do your shadow work, whatever. But I think this is more about saying, I don't want to worry about my past anymore. I don't want to be bogged down. I don't want to be tethered. I don't want to be fearful because of things that happened back then. I want freedom in my life. I want joy. I want the best kind of love. I want the best kinds of friendships. And when you're doing that, you're going to notice things changing. And this may not be the most comfortable change because it may include loss. But honestly, I'm telling you, it is a sacrifice worth making. Because this Ace of Wands, so full of passion and so full of drive and so full of this, I'm getting a very fiery energy. Obviously, it's a wand card, so it's very passionate and adventurous. And this is what is on the other side of these changes that you might not be super happy about, but they're worth it. And this might be, I don't know, quitting a job. This might be losing a lover. This might be losing a best friend. It might be receiving a diagnosis, right, that you need in order to truly heal. And the diagnosis might not be that great, but at least now you know, and so you can heal properly. So don't be torn down by this. This is your own creation. You are the Tower. You are the Tower because you are coming into this space, into this future of yours with the best of hopes. And it's not hope rooted in fear. It is hope rooted in faith. I always say hope is kind of like a fuel, and it depends on where you apply it. Because it can very easily sneak in and start fueling fear. Like, oh, I hope I can pay my mortgage this month, right? That's fueling fear. But if you fuel your faith with hope, it adds warmth, okay? So it adds in intensity there. And I feel that you are full of hope and faith. And this King of Coins is an energy of the having, right? This is a Taurus energy. This is about having the things. It is about the actualization and the tangibility, right? It's not just about like, oh, I'm going to sit here and dream about the money. This is about the money in the bank account, right? This is about the love of your life that you're walking down the aisle with a big ring on your finger and a big smile on your face, right? This is about the having and the enjoyment of the having. Sorry, my cat's going a little crazy. You might be able to, I don't know if you can hear or not. We have Jupiter return. Benefit. See Jupiter return. This is a time of extraordinary expansion for you personally. This is a time where you can amplify. And that's why maybe these cards are coming out so positive and so sparkly for me. Because I maybe this is why, because we had a Jupiter card just very close by. Because it feels like these are like to the extreme or to the max. Like I say, obnoxiously happy. There's something so big and so grand about what you're doing and where you're going and the way about which you are building things, and the way that you're even thinking about your future and dreaming about your future. You can rely upon Jupiter's expansion energy to make things better. You can rely upon him to be, you can use him as a tool to speed things up. You are good enough. See, there's been a lot of this quality or this feeling of allowing yourself to want things or feeling truly deserving of the things. And I feel that there is this surrender into this, you are good enough. It's like you feel it in your heart. I'm looking at the green here, connecting with the heart chakra. It's like you feel it in your heart. You feel it in your bones. Like, yes, I am good enough. And even just now saying those words, I feel like this giant weight is lifting. This giant burden that never really belonged to you, that was pushed on you by society and advertising companies and newspaper articles and all the things, right? It was all shoved down your throat, and you are finally finding this freedom. And you're coming back to this inner child here, and you're dreaming like a child again. You're dreaming like an innocent, like a fool, if you will. Emotions are running high. Yeah, I hope so. I hope emotions are running high, because it is emotion that creates so much. And with Jupiter, what else can we expect? You know, I know today we have the full moon in Cancer today, so that may be adding to that a little bit as well. But I know that emotions are running high because your higher self, your Hierophant, is pushing things forward quickly. And it needs you to feel these intense emotions, because it needs you to create these things, because these creations are your destiny with the star. So allow the emotion to be intense. Heartache and loss. Yeah, see, this is what I was saying with the Tower. See Destiny also as well, another Destiny card. Don't be concerned with the loss. You can expect the loss. In order for the new layers of the rose from the inside to blossom out, the old layers must fall off. That's all that's happening, is you are blossoming and the old layers are falling off. Let people leave. Let things be lost. I don't see you guys fighting that hard for stuff. And sometimes that's a very difficult place to be, especially, let's say it's like a lover, someone that you love, and you want so badly to fight for that relationship. I don't think that fighting for things right now is the best strategy. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't work and whatever. I mean, if that's what makes you really happy, then by all means do it. But you have to be honest with yourself about what makes you happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, then you're going to be fighting for resistance rather than fighting for flow. And we don't want anybody fighting right now, right? We just want release. We want acceptance. We want one day at a time. Reflection. A lot of reflection going on. You'll be receiving reflections through other people, reflections through your life. These Tower moments, these emotional heartache and loss moments are reflections as well. Reflections of how you're changing, reflections of how you are pushing through and pushing forward. I think we've gotten to a point now as a collective, people who are on this journey, we've gotten to a point now as a collective where we can understand the as above, so below, or the mirror quality of life on a regular basis. We can say, okay, well, what's that saying about me? Or what does that mean that I need to process? You know what I'm saying? So I think we've gotten really good at that. Promise. Oh, beautiful. There's like this beautiful sunset here. I feel that the universe, or rather, not even the universe, it's like it is you. That there is this higher part of you that is making a promise to the lower part of you. And when I say the lower part, I mean the part of you that is behind the veil. The part of you that doesn't have access to the full perspective of the vibrational world in which you truly live. But your higher self is promising you that the things that are in your heart right now is your destiny. Like I say, it's directing these high emotions. So these high emotions are essential, and they are divinely guided. Now, this card keeps coming out like a week after week after week, daddy issues. And I don't know if it's just like one person that needs to continually hear it, or if it's like really all of you. And some of you are like, yeah, but I don't really have that. This card kind of is starting to bug me now, but maybe it needs to come out, because maybe daddy is not so much your father, so much as it is society, right? So much as it is culture, so much as it is an institution that influenced you in some way. And this is a time when you have to really confront, as I saw with pile 1, that you have to confront the things that don't apply anymore, and to confront the things that you have found to be just flat out wrong. And that this is the reason why there has been so much resistance in your life, and that this is the reason why there has been so much pushback. And I think that you're in this place, Jupiter, right? You're like, I don't want the pushback anymore. I don't want it. I want the ease. And your higher self is carving a path quite quickly. That's why the tower is showing up, because it's like, all right, great, we're gonna make this path then. Watch and wait, seahorse. Yeah. All you have to do is be in the high state of emotion. All you have to do is be in the dream. You can live your life normally on a day-to-day basis. You can go to work. You can take care of your kids. You can do the meal prep. You can go to the gym. You can do all the things that you do and still be here. And you will be shocked in the months to come, between now and May especially. You will see miracles. But they aren't really miracles, are they? They are effects. They are effects of what you have done. And then we have, hi Annie B. We have South, adventure. And I love that with the Ace of Wands as well, because that is what is on the other side here of this tower. That you are carving a path for adventure. And you start to view life more as an adventure rather than, as this like structured, carving out my time with my schedule and, all these things I need to do and all these errands and whatever. You're going to start living life as though it is more of an adventure, and you're going to start feeling that way too. And that's a totally different feeling. And I think that's a great thing. It's a great place for you to be. So I'm going to leave you with that. All right. Thank you so much, Pile 2. You guys know I love you. I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. All right. Have a great week. Take care. Say bye, Annie. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys selected the Mookaite Jasper. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We start off with beautiful orange. It says children. Know that your children are protected. Okay, now not everyone watching this has children. So I'm going to speak to it in 2 different ways. So for those of you who do have children, I'm getting a sense with the image of this tiger here that there's something you're about to pounce on, okay? That there's something that you're about to embark upon, some new endeavor, new venture, new journey, financial, emotional, whatever it is. And you may be very concerned about the effects that that will have on your children. This is saying that they will be fine. For those of you who do not have children, this word children could be metaphorical for, a business or a project or your home or something that you have birthed, so to speak. And with your new ideas, those things will be taken care of. Let's say it's like your home, right? Your mortgage will be taken care of. It will be fine. So maybe some of you really needed to hear that. I don't know, but that's where we're starting. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of these cards. We have a King of Swords, Page of Wands, and Strength. We have a Nine of Wands, Eight of Cups. See, there's something intense going on. There's something, I don't know, draining or there's something with anxiety with the Nine of Swords. You're feeling compelled to move in a new direction. Perhaps maybe the universe opened a door for you that you never thought would open. And yet there it is. And now you have to have the strength, King of Swords with strength. These two cards here, you have to have the strength and in some way the detachment. You have to be a little detached. Because if you are in hyper protective mode and hyper defensive mode, it may mean a self-sacrifice that you might not be super happy to make. And what would be the cost of that? I'm seeing a determination to make this work. And because you are determined, it will, right? It's all protected. It's all good. And this Nine of Swords is not necessary. I think the universe is encouraging or even egging you on. It's almost like daring you, like I dare you to Eight of Cups. I dare you to move away from your comfort zone. I dare you to move away from the things that are familiar. I dare you to forgive that person. I dare you to go to this place you've never been. And I don't know, but like something like kind of has you by the hand and is pulling you forward. Almost like you're kind of on this autopilot. Like you don't even know how or why this is happening, but all of a sudden this door opened and all of a sudden you can't help but go through. But there's a lot of caution and there's a lot of resistance and there's a lot of concern about how this is all going to work out and where this is all going and what is the point and like you're trying to get ahead of it in a way that it is impossible to get ahead of it. You can't have these answers. You simply cannot. It is not an option for you. You have to be okay with not having the answers. And that is where the real strength and the real courage comes in. Mars. Wow, look at all this beautiful, like warm tone. Orange here. We have this beautiful red here. You're definitely operating from these lower chakras, which sometimes we ignore a lot, right? But they're so critical in functioning in this world. The lower two, root and sacral chakras, so much creation and so much happen. Like, see, Mars, force. There is something that you are pushing forward with. You can't help it. I don't know. It's kind of like zombie mode. You're just like a soldier that was given an order and you're just doing it. I just don't think you even have a lot of reasons as to why you're doing what you're doing. That may be the confusing part. But see, the King of Swords is very good at that. He doesn't, as much as he loves to be in charge of his mind, he also knows that his mind is very limited as well. And he operates as though his mind is limited. He operates as though his mind is the lower intelligence. He's better at following his gut. And this Mars energy is very gut focused. Well, see, there we go. Step out of your comfort zone. That goes perfectly with the Eight of Cups over here. You are being asked to step out of your comfort zone in more than one way. It's not just like one little thing. It's like, well, if I make that decision, it's going to impact these 5 other things in my life, which is why I feel like it's something big. I feel like it's something, the word that's coming to my mind is like, it's kind of dramatic. Now, I don't see drama in your life per se, although 8 of Cups with a 9 of Swords, it may create a little bit, but I don't see this being full of drama, but it is a dramatic shift. It's very different from the way that you're used to living. It's very different from the way that you're used to going about making choices. And surrender to the divine as if you had a choice. I really don't think you have a lot of control here. Your higher self or source is genuinely using you as a vessel. And I think it kind of feels that way. You're like, yeah, like I really am just this like empty being, and source is just pushing me in this direction. Like I almost feel like I have no will here. I think that's a good thing because it's source's will. And I feel that source's will is, first of all, more productive. And second of all, it is very likely to succeed. I do see success in these cards for you, especially with the King of Swords. I see financial success. I see professional success. I see a betterment of all of your situations. Stand your ground. Again, as if you had a choice. With you're just going to be doing what you're doing. And I feel that there's passion behind what you're doing. There's passion and there's excitement and there's love, but not like romantic love. It's like love, like the love of the universe type love. Most importantly, I think this stand your ground with the Strength card has to do with belief in oneself, the belief that you have in you. You have to continually remind yourself that you can make this work. You have to continually remind yourself that by taking this step through this unexpected open door, you have to continually invest and be a cheerleader for yourself time and time and time again. And this is actually going to be a significant boost in your sense of self-belief, in your sense of self-respect. Because you're going to have to be in your own corner. Accelerated motion, yeah, I'll say. With Mars, I do feel that there is something quite unexpected going on. All of a sudden, your perspective changed. All of a sudden, this opportunity presented itself, and now all of a sudden, your life is taking a whole new trajectory. But it feels right. And I love that there's like this shooting star in this card. And even here, it's kind of like an eclipse energy almost. Like I feel like there's this powerful shift that is scary, but it's like the good kind of scary because it feels like you are, maybe for the first time in a long time, exactly where you're supposed to be. We have ancestors, generations. See, you are breaking generational resistance, generational issues. I think a lot of the reason why so many of us are in the position to break generational curses is because we have the options that previous generations just really didn't have. We have the knowledge and the information that previous generations just didn't have. So it is our responsibility as, what's the word I'm looking for? As the keepers, I guess, of that knowledge. It is important to utilize it. It is important to put our money where our mouth is. Oh, see, love, compassion. See, that's why I said love. We got the love card. Compassion, the highest state of love. One that is very difficult to attain. But some of our most difficult lessons in life are rooted in lessons in compassion. And I feel like you are having to offer compassion for yourself right now, which is even more difficult than offering it to someone else. So you're going through a very high order of, like, I'm kind of like envisioning like a textbook. You're like at the last chapter of this advanced textbook of some kind, right? You're in the master class, healing in progress. But see, healing in progress, I'm feeling that because Mars is present, there's a motion. It's like healing in progress or healing in motion. You're not like sitting there trying to meditate and coddle yourself. You are actually taking action, which is in and of itself a healing journey. What else? Make your dreams real. See, there's a lot of purple. I'm noticing a lot of purple coming out. So we have a lot of the lower chakras and then also the crown chakra energy, or like third eye even. And I'm getting a sense that I don't know, I can't describe it. It feels so pure. It doesn't feel like it's coming from your own mind. It doesn't feel like it is self-generated. I mean, you have a chance here. Make your dreams real. You have a real chance to weave this web. And there is nothing holding you back at all. Attraction, magnetism. See, you opened the door. You did open the door, you yourself. Magnetism. You are a highly magnetic being, which is why this door has opened. And this is why you can't help but walk through. This is why you're on autopilot. This is why your higher self has the lead right now, because it's like, well, this is what we asked for. This is our destiny. This is what we are supposed to be doing here. This is all right. Everything about this is right. And it does feel right. Scary, but right. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much. You guys know I love you. I wish you nothing but the best. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.